Greetings there, Star Wars fans. This is Jim, and thank you again for taking the time to stop by my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it when I know that there could be other millions of things you could be doing with your time, as opposed to watching a video on toys. However, I'm super excited to share this video with you because of a newly acquired acquisition. So, a little bit of the update. I've changed the setting. This is not usually the table that I set on or the room, as my room's being used for my daughter's homework tonight. But I was just too excited to put this together because I just received a belated birthday present, and it was this Stan Solo R5M2 right here. Now, I say belated because, as I mentioned in another video, we had some personal things happen that was delaying some videos and me putting them out. And that was, in fact, that we had a death of an immediate family member, meaning my mother-in-law. Occurred right about the same time my birthday in September, and when she was taken ill. And so it's taken a while for all those things to kind of settle down, and I got my belated birthday presents over the weekend. And one of them was this awesome figure. Now, I had a Hasbro version of this that wasn't complete because it came with a 5-pack, and I wasn't about to buy the 5-pack. It was just way too much money. But when this one came, I'm like, this is so awesome. And I quickly gave the Hasbro one to my son. He was absolutely thrilled with that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the different droids from Hoth. So, moving from the left to the right, we have R3A2, which is a Stan Solo figure. The Gonk droid, which was made by Hasbro. We have R3Y2, also Stan Solo, as I mentioned, R5M2. And then we have R3PO, which is Hasbro, and K3PO, which is also Hasbro. And then you may be able to see up there as I pan upwards there with the camera, there are some vintage, my vintage R5D4 and then the R2 with the pop-up lightsaber. So we'll do some comparisons of these. If you're not familiar with the Stan Solo figures, they are absolutely amazing. And he has done some ones of the protocol droids right here. And I might have to ask for those for Christmas. And then maybe my son will get these these two. I like what Hasbro has done with them. Don't get me wrong, but I just love the look of the vintage, and I think that just comes from my childhood and keeping things kind of in the same consistent theme. So let's take a zoom in here on R3A2. Now, Hasbro did do a version of this, and it came in the Battle of Hoth 4-pack. I never acquired that. That came out in 2003, and usually the 4 and 5-packs kind of expensive, and they were getting hard to find in the stores. They just get bought up. But you can get these Stan Solo's figure off of Etsy. They run anywhere between $30 to $40. You may be able to find them on eBay as well. My wife got this directly from, the R5M2 directly from England. And I picked this one up, I think, directly from Stan Solo there as well. But let's just take a quick look at it. So you'll notice he's got a clear dome, orange paint around there, nice orange sticker. And let's compare that with the vintage one there. So you can see the two. Really, really close. Beautifully done. Just beautifully done. And absolutely amazing. And even the moldings on the legs are the same. You can compare that. They fit, oops, I guess the camera angles, I need to move that back just a bit. You look at the feet, and you can see there that the legs have the holes that are the right size. Now, I want to pay particular attention to the barrel, and you'll notice this little spot there that's raised. And so let's get a closer look into the camera there. So this is for the pop-up lightsaber version. So if you were to rotate the head, then the lightsaber would pop up out of there. And he's used the same bodies for all of them. So the neat thing about the head is it does click. And it's not going to click for me. There we go. Just like the originals did. So really, really beautifully done. Now the next Hoth droid from the Stan Solo series is R3Y2. Now, Hasbro also did reproduce this one in their Astromech pack that came out in 2006. There was a 5-pack Astromech series. Also came out with R2X2, and which I also have. And I'll show that in another video later of Stan Solo's stuff that I'll put together. But here you go. There's the back side of it. Again, it uses the same body, the pop-up lightsaber body. Legs, beautifully sculpted and painted. That is a kind of a silver paint there. I know it's kind of hard to see in the reflection. Clear dome. That's really neat to see. And, you know, just really, really well sculpted. Now, someone may balk about the price. Well, you know, $30 to $40 for one figure. Well, come to think, you know, this is an independent guy producing these and just doing amazing work. You can see some other versions of his toys on with Analog Toys, or even Retroblasting, or even Toy Polloi, GQ Jedi. And I recommend you to go to all their channels. Really well done. Well, here's the special prize right here. And just love this figure. I'm so excited to get that. And the head does click, kind of more like the original vintage one. You'll see the back side. Let's compare him to the R5-D4. Now, this is the one from my childhood, and you'll see it's pretty close to the same. Now, I happened to do a comparison with the caliber. So, looking at the caliber there, we've got 0.958 thousandths of an inch on this one here, and so the Kenner one is just slightly larger than that. In fact, it's over an inch. So the diameter there is slightly narrower than, say, the Kenner one, but otherwise they're pretty much indistinguishable. And if you're looking to get, and you know, to have some Hoth figures, you can go the Hasbro route. I mean, Hasbro, as I mentioned earlier, did produce this one. In their Hoth 5-pack. It's called the Hoth Recon. It also came with a K3PO, but this one's, I just love it. So, and I'm really happy to have it and have it match my vintage collection. Well, now let's move over to the Hasbro figures. And we have here R3PO. We'll get him in the light a little bit better. And he's got basically 5 points of articulation, so the waist doesn't twist. So the legs do bend. Pretty much, kind of, he can't really sit. And the head turns and the arms move up and down. And so that's basically all that's kind of unique with him. And now we'll move to the K3PO. Oh, oops. And by the way, R3PO came out in 2004. It was part of the Hoth Evacuation set. Now, K3PO, let's get him on the peg. He came out in 2000 as part of the Power of the Jedi series, and he also came with this, I guess I call it a tricorder coming from Star Trek, but I think it kind of detects transmits where they are. And again, this one has the same 5 points of articulation. So basically, these two guys are the same mold. Hasbro has produced R3, I'm sorry, not R3, yeah, R3PO twice, 2 different versions, and he's only done, or Hasbro's only done 3 versions of K3PO. One of their versions does have bendable legs, which looks pretty cool. Well, let's take a look at the last one, and that's going to be the Gonk Droid. So we'll move to where I've got a stand there for him. And so the Gonk Droid here, this is the Hoth one, official one, and he's got this little push button so you can move his legs and make him walk. Problem with that is that he just doesn't stand really great if you were to put him there on his own. So we'd have to just get him to stand on one of the pegs, hopefully, and there we go. So, I mean, it's you know, maybe Stan Solo will produce some Gonk Droids and make them this in the original style. But I'll have to say, I like the Hasbro style better. It's really more true to the movie than, say, the original Kenner, what we call the Power Droid was. Now, I guess there are a couple other droids that I mentioned in a previous video that I didn't mention here, 21B and FX7, but those would complete your Hoth series if that's what you wanted to do. Well, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, please give it a thumbs up if you did. And I'll mention this one more time. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do so. Take care. And I'll eventually get to the Heroes of Hoth, but just had to do this one. I was so excited to share my R5 M2. Take care.